The city was set to schedule appointments today for the newly received monkeypox vaccine, and the online scheduling site, we are told, went down. I'm not sure of what's happening with that at this moment, but the city announced earlier that it was receiving over 14,000 doses of the vaccine from the federal government to be distributed at the Central Harlem Sexual Health Clinic, the Chelsea Sexual Health Clinic, and the Corona Sexual Health Clinic. Health officials say the majority of cases of monkeypox have been found in men who have sex with other men. David Kilmick is the president and CEO of the LGBT Network. On Newsline today, he says vaccine site should be set up on Fire Island.
The communities on Fire Island of Cherry Grove and the Pines are destination places for the LGBT community. So what better place to get to than to get to the people that need to have the information about what monkeypox is, how to prevent it, and if you're at risk to get the vaccine.
Officials say New York City has become the epicenter for the virus. Cases have doubled in a week with 223 positive virus cases as of yesterday. Nearly 25% of the cases in the U.S. are here in the city, which has a total of 866 cases. The Biden administration is calling on people to exercise renewed caution about COVID-19, emphasizing the importance of getting booster shots for those who are eligible. Wearing masks indoors as two new highly transmissible variants are spreading across the country. White House COVID response coordinator Ashish Jha.
Don't delay. Do it now. Getting vaccinated now will not preclude you from getting a variant-specific vaccine later in this fall or winter.
He says currently many Americans are still under-vaccinated. Mayor Adams defending the release of the city's PSA, informing New Yorkers of what to do in case of a nuclear attack.
I have to think ahead of time and making sure we make the right steps. But it was focusing on preparedness, and that was one of the conversations about making sure you do the right things that needs to be prepared.
VSA presented 3 actions people should take in case we are hit. If you'd like to see the PSA, we have it up on our website at 1010wins.com. With News Time 7:51, time for traffic and transit. Here's Greg Rice.
Well, here is the Brooklyn-bound Brooklyn Bridge, and here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Know that on the Brooklyn-bound Brooklyn Bridge, you got a breakdown block in the right lane, so you got to mess back into Lower Manhattan, but this is the Lower East River. You have options. Williamsburg Bridge, Manhattan Bridge, Battery Tunnel, all better. The city-bound George is fine. The outbound upper level under the apartments with a breakdown, so the outbound lower, the better way to go if you're not in a truck. Lincoln Tunnel and Holland Tunnel, they're in pretty decent shape, but we just still have work to do getting you home through Queens. Eastbound Long Island Expressway, a mess from Maurice Avenue all the way on out to Main Street, and the eastbound Grand Central Parkway continues to struggle getting through the long-term work through the Kew Gardens interchange. A lot of leftover traffic trying to filter off of the eastbound Jackie Robinson, and the Van Wyck is slow go either way over to Atlantic Avenue. Earlier southbound wreck on 95 coming down to the New York State line from Connecticut is all gone, and traffic is thinned down nicely, and with the earlier truck off of the shoulder on the eastbound Southern State near Belmore Road, really not all that bad going back to Baldwin Road, but Sunrise Highway even better. I'm Greg Rice. Our next report at 8:01 on 1010 Wins.
Thank you, Greg. Now the AccuWeather 4-day forecast. Here's meteorologist John Furyk.
It looks like the severe thunderstorm watch is being canceled for the region, so that's certainly some good news. There may be a pop-up shower, downpour here the next couple of hours, but again, it looks like dodging a little bit of a bullet here. We're going to see, again, a partly cloudy sky for tonight, a little bit sticky. Can't rule out a downpour the next couple of hours in a few spots. We're down to 73, and then tomorrow, a little bit less humid, still hot, sunshine and some clouds. We're up near 90, partly cloudy tomorrow night, below 73. Then Thursday, partly sunny. Can't rule out a thunder shower in the afternoon and evening, especially the high 87. And then nice with low humidity Friday and Saturday, some sunshine. Highs in the mid-80s. Right now it's at Park 88 with some sun. Going down to 73 tonight in Midtown. AccuWeather meteorologist John Furyk on New York's weather station, 1010 Wins.
Points News Time 7:53.
Years after Karen had both chemotherapy and surgery for breast cancer, her tumors returned.
I had one hope left, the clinical trial.
It's now been 3 years since Perlmutter Cancer Center matched Karen with a breakthrough clinical trial. She's cancer-free, and Perlmutter offers hundreds of clinical trials for many types of cancer.
I know there are more patients out there like me. They should know there's hope and help at Perlmutter Cancer Center.
To learn more, visit nyulangone.org/PTC.
There's magic in the world.
People will tell you there isn't.
They just want you to get back to work.
Be quiet.
And not ask questions.
Those people need 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
When you've seen the magic
and felt the magic,
you can no longer deny the magic.
We make junk disappear.
All you have to do is point.
And now we pause for a word from Charlotte, the junk fairy.
A friend is a person who always brings a little magic with them.
Be a friend. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Wednesday news time 7:54. 16-year-old Landis Sims was born without hands and his lower legs, but that has never stopped him from pursuing any of his goals. Sims was the first honoree of Hope Week 2022 as the Yankees kicked off their 13th year of their initiative, standing for helping others persevere and excel. Hope Week is a week-long program that showcases remarkable stories to inspire people to act in their own communities, with the Yankees celebrating a different honoree each day. Sims joined other baseball players Monday at Yankee Stadium to take batting practice, to run bases. Sims on Newsline today telling us what baseball means to him.
I love the game. It's like my happy place, you know. It's just one of those things where I kind of, get myself away from all the everyday struggles in life and just kind of have fun.
Sims threw out the first ceremonial pitch tonight before the series opener. That's scheduled to start, and the Yankees are playing the Reds. That's scheduled to start at 8:05, so about 10 minutes away. A gallery of images captured by the James Webb Space Telescope will be expanded today.
The light landing on the lens of the Webb telescope today was emitted some 13 billion years ago, meaning that
we're going back almost to the beginning.
NASA Administrator Bill Nelson says the brilliantly colored splashes of light Webb is photographing could answer humanity's oldest question.
Because of the chemical composition that we can determine with this telescope, if those planets are habitable.
Are we alone? Jim Ryan, ABC News.
Wednesday news time 7:56. Now Bloomberg Money Watch.
Now, what does the Gap do? It's searching for a new CEO the day after firing the old one. You could say in part that Sonia Singhal was a victim of bad timing. She took over as CEO right before the pandemic hit, which slammed demand amid home lockdowns and mandatory store closures. There were missteps also, including a clumsy rollout of expanded women's sizes at Gap's Old Navy chain, and the failure of sales to launch from the launch of a partnership with Kanye West's Yeezy brand. Plenty of people are complaining about a lack of big deals this Amazon Prime Day, but they're still buying stuff. Online shopping tracker Numerator says typical household spending is running 20% higher today than at the start of last year's Amazon Prime Day. Amazon shares still slipped 2%. Fresh market fear over the chance of a recession showed up in bond trading early today and stock trading by the close. Dow ended down 193, NASDAQ down 108, S&P 500 off 36. Bloomberg Money Watch at 26 and 56 past every hour. I'm Andrew O'Day. 1010 wins.
Wednesday news time 7:57.
Now this message. We're here with Michael Barish of Barish and McGarry, lawyers for the 9/11 community. So 20 years after 9/11, so many people were in Lower Manhattan either on that day or in the months that followed, and incredibly, people still don't know that they're entitled to free lifetime health care.
I think the biggest challenge is getting the word out there to the non-responders, the 300,000 office workers, the 25,000 downtown residents, and the 50,000 students and teachers. They were breathing the same toxic dust, they're getting the same illnesses, yet they are not enrolling in the free health program or the compensation fund.
Let's talk about people who are currently healthy. Can they also enroll?
Not only can they, but they should apply because the government requires proof that you were there. So every year that goes by, it gets harder and harder for people to prove that they were in the exposure zone. Register now. Enroll in the health program now. Protect yourself.
Contact Barish and McGarry today at 911awards.com. That's 911awards.com. If you have ever thought about remodeling your bathroom but were worried it would take too long or cost too much, then stop worrying. Right now, Jacuzzi Bath Remodel has designed a collection of high-quality custom products and perfected the one-day remodeling experience so you can enjoy your new bathroom faster than ever before. It's a worry-free bath remodel from the most trusted brand name in the business, Jacuzzi. For a virtual or in-home appointment, call 800-826-9895. That's 800-826-9895. 800-826-9895.
Where did I put that?
Pete's property manager just took an extended vacation.
Could be the dream.
He needs a replacement before this becomes a cruel summer.
So you wanted the lakefront for the 17th,
How did this get double booked already?
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Earn up to $500 in sponsored job credits by conducting interviews on Indeed. Visit Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
WINS, WNEWHC3 New York.
Hey, 1010 Wins, this is Kelly Ripa. Thanks for giving us the world in just 22 minutes.
An Odyssey station.
Winds news time 7:59. AccuWeather says we have a few thunderstorms across the tri-state. Later tonight, turning out partly cloudy and sticky, low 73. For tomorrow, hot and humid, well, less humid rather, with some sunshine and a few clouds around with a high of 90 degrees. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy, low 73. Thursday, sunny and warm. Can't rule out a thunder shower, especially during the afternoon and evening with a high of 87. It's 88 right now in Midtown. More people get their news from 1010 Winds than from any other radio station in the nation. John Davis is our service aide. Beth Reardon at the editor's desk tonight. And I'm Monique Coppola.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Winds, New York.
88 degrees, cloudy skies at 8 o'clock. Good evening, I'm Lane Bijardi, and here's what's happening. A woman and child are dead after a boat capsized in the Hudson this afternoon. Several others rescued. Police are looking for help finding a person who's been randomly stabbing people, sleeping on benches in the city. One person killed. COVID-19 cases on the rise thanks to two new highly transmissible variants spreading rapidly. The city is ramping up distribution of at-home tests. Doctors here in the city transplanting pig hearts into two brain-dead people in an effort to learn more about how to save lives with animal organs. 3 men arraigned today on federal charges connected to the possession and sale of song notes stolen from the Eagles. Sports, the Yankees hosting the Reds. They'll be getting underway in a few minutes after a rain delay that included no rain whatsoever. The Mets are in Atlanta. How are they doing? Well, it's the bottom of the second and there is no score. Winds news time, 8:01. Traffic and transits. We say good evening to Kelly Dillon.
Good evening, and here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. We do have a stalled car on the Brooklyn-bound Brooklyn Bridge stuck in the right lane, still slowing things up. Also on the Brooklyn-bound Williamsburg Bridge, a broken down car as well. This one in the left lane, so also a busy ride here. Across the George, we are looking okay right now. No delays to report either way at the Lincoln or Holland tunnels. Now the eastbound Delta Boulevard, you're still dealing with this accident in the left lane, only causing some minor slowdowns to the QE, bumper to bumper in both directions into Atlantic Avenue. The southbound side of the New England Thruway, a bit busy right past the Connecticut line, a crash in the left lane. Here's what we see on Long Island State 3. The eastbound LIE busy at exit 40 in Jericho. A stalled car takes off the right lane here. Quiet still on both the northern and southern state parkways. Traffic in transit every 10 minutes on the ones and breaking traffic alerts whenever they happen. I'm Kelly Dillon on 1010 Winds.
Deadly boat accident on the Hudson today. The story from 1010 Winds reporter Carol Dioria.
Witnesses to the aftermath of the capsized boat described a chaotic scene with people in the water screaming for help. Anthony Ryan was the captain of the New York Waterway ferry that assisted with the rescue.
The hull of the boat was upside down, and then there was a number of people on top of it, and then there was a jet ski that just kept circling.
The person operating the jet ski was the owner of the boat. He had hired a captain to drive the boat. In all, 12 people were aboard the vessel. The two who died were trapped under the boat. One was a 7-year-old boy. The other was a 50-year-old woman. Fire department scuba diver Ryan Warnock said the child was wearing a life vest. First responders described the conditions in the Hudson River as windy and the water was quite rough. Carol Dioria, 1010 Winds at Pier 79 on the west side.
On the Jersey side, Ricky asked 1010 Winds. He saw the tragedy unfold as the rescue got underway.
It was so far on the other side that no one else really noticed, or could hear the screaming, I guess, because they were sitting behind bushes, and I guess that would have dampened the sound. But I was kind of like in between bushes, and I guess that allowed me to hear the screams.
Again, 2 people killed, 10 others rescued by boats, including New York Waterway ferries. An investigation into how this happened underway, including into whether the boat was overloaded on a choppy Hudson River. Winds news time 8:03. We're seeing changes now in those severe thunderstorm watches and warnings that we've been dealing with over the last few hours. Let's get the latest now, live from AccuWeather meteorologist John Furyk.
Yeah, the severe thunderstorm watch has been canceled for the tri-state area, so that's certainly good news. That isn't to say we still couldn't see a shower, brief rumble of thunder, a downpour out there the next couple of hours, especially up across the Hudson Valley. But most places here look like they're going to be dry. It's just going to be kind of warm and sticky through the night, and then we'll see the humidity come down, although it's still going to be hot as we head into tomorrow. Lane?
All right, that's good news, John, especially for those who are living in low-lying areas where they are flood-prone because in many parts of the area this is now high tide, and we've got the practically full moon situation, and nobody needs to be dealing with that kind of flooding with severe thunderstorms tonight, so that is good news from the Weather Department. Have you seen zoo hare Bo Quinteran? 30-year-old is wanted by the NYPD, which has released photos you can see at 1010wins.com. Police say he's the one seen on video connected to a case of forcible touching in the subway, where a guy approached a 28-year-old woman from behind as she was exiting the E-train station at 74th Street and Roosevelt Avenue, and he apparently could not keep his hands off her behind. Police would like to talk to Bo Quinteran in connection with this incident. The NYPD released more information about a suspect they're looking for in connection with a series of stabbings of people sleeping on benches. First incident overnight, July 5th, involving a 34-year-old stabbed in the abdomen on the Hudson River Park walkway near 11th Street. That victim was killed. 3 days later, a 59-year-old man stabbed in the abdomen on a bench at Madison Avenue and East 49th. Chief of Detectives James Essex says the latest incident happened Monday at the Stanley Isaac Playground on the FDR Drive.
Our victim here is lying on the ground in the basketball court on his clothes. He states he felt a punch in the side. He gives chase to the perpetrator, but is unable to pursue due to his wounds.
28-year-old victim stabbed in the abdomen in stable condition now. Anyone with information about this case is asked to call Crime Stoppers. As more states ban or severely restrict abortion services in the wake of the recent Supreme Court decision, New York is doing more to support reproductive health providers. Governor Kathy Hochul announcing 13 organizations will receive the first share of $10 million in state funding to expand operations in advance of the expected onslaught of new patients.
One would think, why we have to do this in New York? Because people don't know. They're watching the news. Roe v. Wade is overturned. So you can understand where they're coming from. So we're out there again reminding you that it's safe, legal, accessible always. And that's that's part of our public awareness campaign that is out there.
Money will go to groups that operate 63 clinics across the Empire State. Winds News Time 806. COVID-19 cases on the rise thanks to two new highly transmissible variants spreading rapidly across the country. BA4 and BA5 are Omicron offshoots. And there's concern they're more contagious and causing more cases among people who have already had COVID, while rendering the current vaccine less effective at preventing it. Vaccine makers are developing new shots for new variants, but the government is not moving quickly to approve them. Transmission levels are moving higher in every borough, but New Yorkers who are vaxxed and boosted have only so much tolerance for life-adjusting changes right now. Mayor Adams was asked about this today.
The new variants, we are seeing higher rates of community transmission and as well as reinfection. People I know who have had COVID are reinfected, but because of the tools we have available, we're able to combat this.
Mayor is expanding the city's network of at-home test distribution sites to parks, pools, nature and recreation centers. Home testing gives you peace of mind when at all possible. With monkeypox cases surging and the supply of vaccine greatly outpaced by demand, the New York City Health Department website crashed as new appointments went live this afternoon. David Kilnick, president and CEO of the LGBT network.
What we're hearing from so many people, and our phones are ringing off the hook at our community centers, is about, am I going to get this? Just because I'm LGBT, am I going to get this? And the answer is absolutely not.
He has a suggestion on how to get more people vaccinated here. He notes Fire Island is a pretty popular summer destination for the LGBT community, with men who have intimate physical contact with other men at greatest risk for contracting monkeypox. He says, why not vaccinate there? Winds News Time 808. House Select January 6th Committee providing evidence today that it says shows how former President Trump planned to order supporters to march in the Capitol days before the riot, and how he allegedly worked with extremists to organize and execute the plan. That's not all.
The January 6th committee concluding its 7th hearing with a rather explosive allegation from Committee Vice Chair Liz Cheney. She said a witness that the public has not yet heard from, who has not yet testified before the committee, and who was not identified, received a phone call from former President Trump. The witness's attorney informed the committee said that the witness did not take the phone call, but the matter, according to Liz Cheney, has now been referred to the Department of Justice, as she mentioned taking seriously any attempt at witness tampering.
Correspondent Aaron Katursky. Now this message, Mets fans. Before every game, tune in to the Nissan Mets pregame show on WCBS 880. Now, if you want traffic and transit and AccuWeather, you'll have to keep it right here. Winds News Time 809. That's next.
Our homes, we protect them from intruders with security systems, but there's another kind of intruder most people aren't aware of until it's too late. Home title thieves. When a criminal transfers your home title to a fake identity and steals your title, no one will notify you. Not the police, not even your bank. Sadly, people find out when it's too late, when their home is sold out from under them, or the eviction notice comes. That's when the legal nightmare begins. You need Home Title Lock, America's leader in home title protection. For just pennies a day, Home Title Lock puts a virtual barrier of protection around your home's title with 24/7 monitoring. Cyber technology has made it easy for criminals to steal your home. Home Title Lock alerts you if your home becomes their target. Make sure you're not already a victim. Go to HomeTitleLock.com and for a limited time, get your free title scan and complete title report. $100 value, free with sign up. Again, that's HomeTitleLock.com. HomeTitleLock.com.
Make your money go further and work harder with a certified financial planner from Facet Wealth. Inflation, interest rates, stock market changes, home prices. Every advisor at Facet is a certified financial planner and fiduciary, and they're legally bound to do what's in your best interest. Facet has a simple flat fee. There are no commissions. Call 888-598-3893 for 2 months free off your first year of financial planning. That's 888-598-3893. Try FacetWealth.com. Facet Wealth is an SEC registered investment advisor. This is not an offer to buy or sell securities, nor is it investment, legal, or tax advice.
Hey! My dad is bringing home the best birthday cake ever!
It was my 5th birthday, and my dad was bringing home the cake.
Should have been here a half hour ago.
The cake never made it, and neither did my dad. That was the day a drunk driver killed my dad. Impaired drivers take lives. Think.
Sponsored by the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee. Aired in cooperation with the New York State Broadcasters Association.
Winds News Time 811. Traffic and transit with Kelly Dillon.
And here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels across the Brooklyn-bound Brooklyn Bridge. Bumper to bumper, a stalled car knocks out the right lane still. The Brooklyn-bound Williamsburg, that stalled car cleared away now, so delays starting to ease up across the Williamsburg. Not too bad across the George, and we are quiet still at both the Lincoln and Holland tunnels. In New Jersey, the northbound Garden State Parkway getting word of a new accident right past exit 149 Bloomfield. This one knocks out the left and center lanes. Traffic backing up to 147, so do skip this spot. Bumper to bumper on the BQE still both ways into Atlantic Avenue. The eastbound LIE in Queens quite slow approaching the Grand Central. Also, the eastbound LIE approaching Jericho Turnpike. We do have a stalled car in the right lane. Still slowing things up a bit, and the southbound New England Thruway past the Connecticut line. Still a crash here in the left lane, backing things up a bit. I'm Kelly Dillon. Our next report at 8:21 on 1010 Winds.
Now the AccuWeather 4-day forecast from meteorologist John Fearing.
Well, we've had the severe thunderstorm watch canceled, which is definitely good news. That's not to say there still could be a shower in a few spots, even a downpour the next couple of hours. But in general, we're going to be drying out as we head through the night. Partly cloudy, sticky, down to 73. The humidity comes down during the day tomorrow. Still hot, sunshine and some clouds up near 90. Partly cloudy tomorrow night, low 73. And then Thursday, partly sunny, warm, maybe a thunder shower popping up during the afternoon, high 87. Then Friday and Saturday, nice with some sunshine, low humidity both days, up into the mid-80s. Right now in Central Park, we've got 87, partly cloudy, going down to 73 tonight in Midtown. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist John Fearing on New York's weather station, 1010 Winds.
America's leading internet provider just got even faster. Switch to Spectrum Internet, and you now get starting speeds of up to 300 megabits per second. Faster speeds for streaming, faster speeds for gaming, faster speeds for working or learning. All with 99.9% network reliability. So no matter what you do online, you can do it better, safer, and now even faster with Spectrum Internet. Visit Spectrum.com for details. Based on internet subscribers among top ISPs, speeds may vary. Restrictions apply.
Each week, at least one child dies from heat stroke after being left alone in a car. Often, these incidents are not a matter of neglect, but even the most responsible, loving parents are liable to forget a child in the car due to sleep deprivation, stress, or a change in routine which can lead to fatal results. As temperatures continue to soar, take steps to ensure a child is never forgotten in a hot car. Download the Cars for Kids Safety app today at carsforkids.org/safety app. Remember, that's cars with a K.
Yeah, it's Coach Ice-T. Who's ready to spin? We're starting with a big hill. Let's ride.
Why is Ice-T leading our spin class? Why, it's probably the Honey Nut Cheerios. He found out they can help lower cholesterol. Now he's having fun taking care of his heart in all sorts of new ways.
That's right, Buzz. Now, spinners, really pour your heart into it and pick it up.
Learn more by picking up a box of Cheerios and check out our Pour Your Heart Into It audio workouts with Ice-T and Buzz to get your heart pumping.
My heart was racing just making spaghetti. I could have waited to tell my doctor, but I didn't wait.
I was short of breath just reading a book. I could have delayed telling my doctor, but I didn't wait.
They told their doctors and found out they had atrial fibrillation, a condition which makes it about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you have one or more of these symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, this is no time to wait. Contact your doctor.
Brought to you by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Do you know what people see when they Google you? Search engines don't always get it right.
Queens News Time, 8:15. Transplants. Pig hearts. Doctors transplanted pig hearts into 2 brain-dead people here in New York in a bid to learn more about how to save human lives with animal organs. In January, doctors at the University of Maryland transplanted a pig heart into a dying 57-year-old man. David Bennett survived for 2 months. NYU Langone is among 3 transplant centers for planning trials. Dr. Robert Montgomery is chairman of the Transplant Institute and professor and chair of the Department of Surgery at NYU Langone.
The amount of information that we were able to get from that transplant was somewhat limited, and to the point where we don't really even know why he died or why the heart failed.
FDA currently considering whether to allow a small number of Americans who need a new organ to volunteer for rigorous studies of either pig hearts or kidneys. Texas state lawmakers investigating the school shooting in Uvalde now say they will release the hallway surveillance tape.
State Representative Dustin Burrows announcing they'll release the 77-minute hallway tape of the police response to the massacre, first to the victims' families on Sunday, soon after releasing it to the public. According to Governor Greg Abbott, the video is edited.
With only one thing eliminated, and that is any images of those who are victims. Other than that, the public has a right to know. The people of Uvalde have a need to know.
The families will also receive the State House Committee's preliminary investigative report.
Correspondent Chris Fox. The video ends before law enforcement finally breached the connected classrooms where 19 children and 2 teachers were killed. President Biden met with his Mexican counterpart today.
President Biden and Mexican President Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador met for a conversation in the Oval Office. The Mexican president talked about needing more local manufacturing and a healthier immigration system. He also said Mexico has been offering cheaper gas to Americans living on border towns. President Biden says he's working to stop human smuggling.
The U.S.-Mexico relationship is vital to achieve our goals of everything from the fight against COVID-19 to continuing to grow our economies to strengthening our partnerships.
M. Wynn, ABC News, Washington.
President heads to Israel tonight looking to reaffirm and recalibrate U.S. relationships in the Middle East during his first trip to the region since taking office. Wednesday News Time, 8:18. 3 men arraigned today here in New York on charges they conspired to illegally possess and sell 100 pages of notes and lyrics from the Eagles album Hotel California. Don Henley hand-wrote the lyrics to Life in the Fast Lane, Hotel California, and New Kid in Town, and then they disappeared. Prosecutors say an Eagles biographer stole them in the 70s. In 2005, sold them to a rare book dealer named Glenn Horowitz. He and 2 others are now facing charges of conspiracy and criminal possession of stolen property. When they tried to sell the manuscripts, Henley informed them they were peddling that stolen property instead of returning it. The Manhattan DA's office said the trio worked to fabricate where the pages came from. Defense attorneys said prosecutors are alleging criminality where none exists. Wednesday News Time, 8:19. Your top stories coming up.
what people see when they Google you? Search engines don't always get it right, and when they're wrong, it's your reputation on the line. So what do you do when you don't agree with your search results? Call Reputation Defender at 800-933-1022. Reputation Defender is one of the most trusted names in online reputation repair. We have over a decade of experience in fixing people's search results, and we can help you too. Using cutting-edge approaches, Reputation Defender pushes unflattering information down to lower pages of your search results, where few people ever look. We also promote the good stuff, that it rises to the top, letting you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. You owe it to yourself to take control with Reputation Defender. Visit www.reputationdefender.com or call 800-933-1022 for free advice on your situation. That's 800-933-1022.
We have tickets for you to see Elton John on his farewell tour at MetLife Stadium. Listen tomorrow through Friday from 10 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon for your chance to win, only here. 1010 wins.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Wins. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
87 degrees, mostly cloudy at 8:20. Good evening, I'm Lane Bajardi, and here's what's happening. A small boat with a dozen people on board capsized in the choppy waters of the Hudson. 2 people, including a child, have drowned. Bodega owners urged the Manhattan DA to drop murder charges against a clerk who responded in self-defense after a meeting he did not agree to their demands. Another House January 6th committee hearing today ended with a bombshell allegation of potential witness tampering by Donald Trump. MTA responds after major delays this week on the Lexington Avenue subway line. Unions representing Broadway actors and designers sue producers of Paradise Square for unpaid wages and benefits. Yankees finally underway, hosting the Reds tonight. No score there or in Atlanta for that matter, where the Mets are playing the Braves in the bottom of the third. AccuWeather, that thunderstorm watch situation for severity for the city has disappeared, but we will see a stray shower or thunderstorm. Otherwise, partly cloudy and sticky tonight, low 73. Winds news time 8:21. Traffic and transit. Here's Kelly Dillon.
And we do have bumper-to-bumper delays on the northbound Garden State Parkway into exit 149 in Bloomfield. A crash takes up the left and center lanes. Traffic backing up to 147 right now. The accident southbound on the New England Way past the Connecticut line officially cleared up, so delays there easing out. BQE bumper-to-bumper still both ways into Atlantic Avenue. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. The Brooklyn-bound Brooklyn Bridge. A busy ride. A stalled car takes out the right lane and inbound into Manhattan. Also a bit busy right now. Here's what we see on Long Island's Big 3. That stalled car on the eastbound LIE by Jericho Turnpike officially cleared away, so the LIE in Nassau quiet. Not too bad on the northern or southern state parkways. This report is sponsored by Optimum Business. A lot goes into your small business, and Optimum Business with 24/7 customer support goes into it all. So they provide reliable, secure internet with speeds of up to 1 gig for your business needs. Learn more at 866-218-0460 or visit optimum.com/business today. I'm Kelly Dillon. Our next report at 8:31 on 1010 Wins.
Deadly boat accident on the Hudson today. The story from 1010 Wins reporter Carol Fioria.
It was windy and the water in the Hudson River was pretty rough, and a pleasure boat flipped over. It